of us have some opinions. Of some of them we are proud of, and the other ones we try to hide from other people. I have already made quite a lot of videos about opinions, and today I have a question for you. How many bad opinions make you a bad person? And how many good opinions make you a good person? And how many good opinions make bad opinions not that important? And are opinions even important in understanding of whether you are a good person? Let's talk about it in a moment. But obviously, before we begin, I have to tell you that this is Yury Experience, and here I share my various experiences about different topics. I do 2 videos per week, Mondays and Thursdays. If you will enjoy this video, please drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. Let's go! In the beginning, I want to share 2 examples which I consider realistic for our real world, which will bring you to the understanding, I hope at least, why do I even ask this question? Example number 1. We have a priest. I don't care about the priest's religion, but we have some kind of a priest. And that priest is homophobic. That person does have homophobic ideas, homophobic opinions. He said already, publicly, so at least as publicly as he could, that homosexual people are not good people, that homosexual people don't deserve God's blessing or whatnot. And overall, his opinion of homosexual people is not very good. He has never been aggressive towards homosexual people. He never took any actions toward them, but again, his opinions are pretty homophobic. On the other hand, the same priest helps poor people, helps a lot. He sometimes invites them from outside of the church to his house or maybe to the church and helps them, provide them food, provide them clean clothes, maybe even helps them to find a job. He does basically what technically religion is about, helps people who are less successful or are less blessed than him. The question is that person then a good person or a bad person? Because the person is clearly homophobic, and homophobia is a bad character trait to have. It is something that only bad people have. On the other hand, that person clearly helps other people specifically in need, and helps sometimes with his own free time, his own money. Is that person then good or bad? Or in between? Is it even possible to understand whether this person is good or bad? Second example is very similar. We have a restaurant owner. We have a person who owns a restaurant. Maybe this is one restaurant from the network, for example in McDonald's, I don't know. And that person is racist. That person doesn't like these strange black people, Mexican people. No, he just likes to chill with white people. He has never attacked any person, being it light-skinned, dark-skinned, to strange-skinned, doesn't matter. But you wouldn't find that person on BLM protest either. On the other hand, big part of his salary he donates to orphanages and to Greenpeace. So he basically helps the world with his money that he has, that he earns through his restaurant. The question is still the same. Does the fact that he donates money to different organizations that help other people, does this fact make him good enough person so that we can forget about the fact that that person is racist? Because racism, again, is a bad character trait. Racist, bad, but donation, good. Is it then normal person, good person, bad person? And to be honest with you, I don't want to tell you that either of these examples is a good or a bad person. I think people are way more complicated to just narrow it down first to these 2 categories, but second to this small explanation of a person and then making decision about the person. So yes, this priest is maybe homophobic and that priest helps poor people. But what else happens in that person's life? We know 2 characteristics of that person, but that person has many sides and many characteristics to that person. Maybe some of them are good, some of them are bad. We don't know, but maybe you already built the image in your head based on these short stories that I provided you. Same stuff with the restaurant owner. You don't know him. You only know these two facts. That person is racist, that person donates money. Maybe that person has way more to that person. Not everybody has. But maybe specifically that person has more to that person that will help you to understand, based on your personal moral compass, whether that person is good or bad. Except for that, the importance of opinion or of badness of the opinion is very subjective. For example, you are a homosexual person and you experience a lot of homophobia during your life. Obviously, for you, homophobic opinions of other people would be heavier reason to consider these people bad than for some other person, because other person didn't experience homophobia and maybe that person finds homophobia not as big of a problem, or maybe not a problem at all. However, I would suggest that most of us are actually in gray zone. We try to navigate between these 2 points of good and bad during our life and do our best, some of us do, others don't, to be a good person. Just, it is not possible to be completely good, or it is almost not possible. It depends on many factors. I think most of us are in that gray zone. We are neither really good nor really bad, we are something in between. Maybe somewhere in the middle with good tendencies, or somewhere in the middle with bad tendencies. But I don't think either of us is actually really good or really bad. Which kind of goes against societal expectations, because they say all people, if you are that, then you are bad, if you are that, then you are good. So basically, speaking in categories, if you are a homophobic person, then you are a bad person, doesn't matter what else can you provide. If you are a person who helps children, I don't know, donates money to children, then you're a good person, doesn't matter what else you do. And I personally don't think that this is a right way of thinking. I think you shall not forget about the fact that life is complex. On the terms of society, yes, society tries to make life easier for itself, but think for yourself too. Don't let society put any idea in your head and just deal with it. Like, all ideas that come into your head shall go through a personal filter, through the filter of your personal experience and maybe information and knowledge. Yes, knowledge. In the end, I will touch a connected topic. Do opinions equal actions? Because the example that I provided, I consciously provided them like that. The priest has homophobic ideas, but he never does any actions based on his homophobic ideas. But he does some actions based on his wish to help poor people. And in my personal opinion, we need to put that into the consideration. Obviously, words have power, and I wouldn't be me if I would tell you that say whatever you want, but as long as your actions are good, then you are a good person. No, I don't think life goes like that. But I still think that on the scale of priorities, if we put different stuff on priorities, what makes you a bad person and what makes you a good person, I think that your actions are more important than your opinions. It doesn't mean that your opinions are completely unimportant, but actions are heavier, at least in my personal opinion and experience. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If it is the case, please drop a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. You can also share your personal opinion or question or suggestion in the comments. Except for that, I hope you have a great Christmas. Tomorrow shall be Christmas, I think. Yeah, Merry Christmas. I see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.